Hi friends, I'm Cheryl. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a little bit of a walk, and I thought I would shuffle with you first just to see what comes out because I usually have the cards. So I'm going to shuffle 2 decks I have shuffled. I have my manifestation, Moonology manifestation oracle cards. What do we need to know? What is it that Spirit is asking of us? And what does the universe want to communicate to us from the love notes from the universe on love and connection? So, in the Moonology manifestation, what are we being asked? Here it is. From the love notes from the universe. What is it that the universe wants us to know? What do we need to know? There we go. So here we go. See you in a moment. Okay, now I'm outside. So let's do this. Let's see what came up in the cards. Okay, so Spirit is telling me before I do that, let's just take a couple of breaths together. Breathe in. Breathe out. Be aware of what's around you wherever you are right now, or be aware of what's around me with your ears, almost like a concert. With your eyes, panoramic vision. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Today is about observing. And we're asked a lot of times, we ask ourselves, when we become triggered, when we become stressed, how do we get out of that place, or how do we manage that? Even like I'm needing to center and take a breath to just think about what it is that I'm trying to say, because I've got all these thoughts in my mind. And what's been coming up, there's that motor revving. My motor is revving up. There was 2. What's been coming up is this this need to go deeper, this need in me to level up. Perhaps you are also feeling this pull to take yourself to be to to follow Spirit's guidance and take yourself to the next level. And this is different than getting out of a trigger, because I said that and Spirit was like, no, that's not what we're talking about. And I was like, you're right. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about shifting because something is wrong. We're talking about shifting because Spirit is telling us it's time to shift. But how do we do that? How do we actually go deeper than where we currently are? What if we already think that we're going as deep as we can, right? So I've spent a lot of time the last week in this place of observance, trying to step back and just be with myself and to listen. What is it that I'm thinking about? When I try to meditate, what's going on in my head? Yesterday I had a massage, and for the first time ever, because I love Teresa, who does my massages, and we usually chat during the massage. But I was really called to be just silent and to be in a place of just feeling her hands as they moved over different parts of my body. And as, like, say for instance, she, goes into the shoulder area. I am stopping and feeling my shoulders. And what I found a lot is that sometimes we just need a break. What I found a lot is that I was holding myself back from completely relaxing. I could not completely lose control. So even though I'm in a place that's very good, and even though I am feeling very much like I'm willing and ready to just give over, my mind and my body still have this muscle memory that doesn't completely allow that. And so I was present, I was feeling, and as I would observe this holding back, I would breathe into that and consciously relax and let go. It was amazing how much it changed the massage. It was amazing how much it changed the entire dynamic. Good morning.
Is it still morning? It's not.
No, it's not actually. Good day. um, so, if on something like a massage we can observe this, think of how much in our regular day-to-day activities that muscle memory is kicking in and we're actually relaxed and maybe in a good mood, maybe things are going well, but we're not really completely letting go. And how does not completely letting go look in our life? Well, in my life, the way that it looks, and this is an analogy that I've used for a while, I may have talked about before on the channel that last year I went through meditation teacher training. It was life-changing, really life-changing. The Radiance Sutras meditation teacher training. And when I went through this training, I likened that when I started the training, I was standing on the seashore. My feet were in the sand and I could feel the sand under my feet and move my toes and feel that luscious sand just give. And I could see the water and the waves and hear them. Sensory-wise, when I would meditate, I was in a place of enjoyment. But I could not completely give over to what was happening in the meditation. And that was okay. That's where I was. By the end of meditation teacher training, I was in the water, probably about waist deep. I could feel the water moving me, right? I was allowing the water to move me. And every now and then, I might feel a wave come up and I went under and I kind of get lost for a moment and then I would stand back up. And that's where my meditation was. That's where my letting go was. I was still trying to keep my feet on the ground, but I was feeling more. I was allowing more. And every now and then, actually 2 or 3 times for me, I completely went under. And when I went under, it was like this brand new world. It was a world that I couldn't control. It was a moment that I couldn't control. That's something that I've been looking for, is to cultivate in myself this allowance for losing my feet underneath me and just going with the flow wherever it takes me. It's scary. So I have been trying to cultivate this by trying to use my imagination more. I always thought I was a very imaginative person. I've been a writer since I was a young girl, and suddenly all of that dried up. And it dried up because I was trying so hard. So I've been trying to allow my imagination to see the light coming down from the divine, to see myself growing roots into the earth, to feel the loss of control sometimes and allow it. That's what I'm doing to try to cultivate this, to be able to level up. What does leveling up even mean? Well, for me, it means being at a place where when I connect with you to do a reading, to do a reading on the channel, or, in person, I feel spirit coming through me. When I'm just Cheryl, my thinking head gets too much in my way. And I find leveling up means that I'm going to be more, as Cheryl, able to feel the same way that I feel when I'm in reading status. So that's what I'm trying to get to. That's a healed place for me. It is a place of trust, complete trust. And I do trust the divine. I've learned that I trust the divine. Who might I not trust? Oh, maybe we don't trust ourselves completely. The voice inside says, you've made mistakes before. Things didn't work out quite the way you thought. Maybe this trust should just be left to them, and you just kind of hang on a little bit. So, I'm trying to change that. So this is all that Spirit has been giving me this week, coming into this reading today. I don't know what the cards say, so I don't know how much they correlate to this message or don't. But whatever it is, it's what we need to hear, right? So, from the moon, the Moonology manifestation, we have the new moon in Virgo. What's that first word? Trust. Trust all will be well. Okay, that just tickles my funny bone. Trust all will be well. That's where I'm at. I have to learn to trust that all will be well. I am loved, and I am love. We are love. And that's what's showing up for me here in these green rolling hills. They're so lush. It feels like velvet. And on the other side, there's a sandy kind of look, almost like a maze. It's not as in focus. We can't see the future. So we have to trust that all will be well. We trust the divine, and we trust ourselves that the decisions we make every day support this all will be well. That we're not going to take it and derail it by any means. Earlier disappointments were just rehearsal for the great stuff coming your way. That's beautiful. Never regret love. This is what it says on the other side. No matter how blind it improved your vision, no matter how foolish it made you wiser, no matter how generous it made you more. Haba haba, the universe. Let me let you read that. We all know that when we are in this place of trust, even if it's just trusting in the divine, before we get to that place of completely trusting ourselves, that we are waiting for that something great, the great stuff coming our way. I don't know about you, but very often in my life, I have felt like I knew what that great stuff was that I wanted. And because of that, I would hold back that control, because I wanted to be able to have what I wanted. And I guess I thought, as long as I'm holding back a little bit of this control, then I can influence the great stuff. How many times have you said to the divine, I know that what you have coming for me is wonderful, and I know it's with this person. Is that completely in a place of allowing the divine when we've put that condition out there? If you know my story, and many of you probably do, you know that for 4 years, I was convinced that my person was Danny. And every time I let go, I was doing exactly that. I know that what you have for me is great. You keep telling me to trust, Lord, and I trust. And I give it all to you. Bring me this greatness that you have for me, but please make it Danny. And they kept trying to show me, and I kept ignoring. And then they gave me multiple towers. And they finally got to me because I started a healing journey with Claire Marcham. And I began to tap into this past life that I have that was influencing me, does influence me. And that brought cathartic change. It was like I could not ignore any longer the things that I knew. fear, intuitively knew. I couldn't ignore them. And when I couldn't ignore them any longer, I was able to fully accept that he was not my twin. He was not my person. And that was okay. I was okay with whatever the divine brought. I am okay with whatever the divine brings. I no longer say, but please make it. I have John in my life, and I love John. But I don't say to the divine that there's a condition of it being John, because it doesn't matter to me whether I believe he is my person or I don't believe he's my person or anything like that. I've completely released that. I know how I feel, but I trust that the divine has knowledge far greater than I do. They have brought me this great person who is in my life and is teaching me things every day. And I'm happier than I've ever been in my entire life. And if it's not him, oh my gosh, just imagine how wonderful it's going to be. So that's the way I'm looking at it now. That's how I can tell I've shifted. Because as I say those words, I feel no apprehension. I feel no anxiety. I just feel trust. They're telling me to read the next 4 cards to you, and then we'll talk. So let's do that. You are adored. Don't be fooled by the players, and don't be fooled by yourself. There's no one more lovable nor loved than you. And I know everyone. Precious, the universe. Wow, I love that. Be true to yourself. You may not ever understand what's going on in their life, but you can always figure out what's going on in yours. Tally ho, the universe. Oh, wow, that's powerful. Do something new, something different. Ever notice how it's easier to fall in love and to be fallen in love with when you're busy? Thank goodness I'm you, the universe. No 2 flowers are the same, yet all are beautiful in their own way. Comparisons are odious because they presume all other things are equal, which is never the case. Between me and you, the universe. This, to me, these 4 cards, beautiful. The first thing I got with this "You Are Adored" is this need to constantly be in love with yourself. Be in love with who you are. Don't compare yourself to anyone else, because you're not like anyone else. You are completely unique. So how could you compare something that's completely unique? Be true to yourself. This one really jumped at me. You can't understand their life, but you can always figure out yours. So just be concerned with your life. And it really releases that desire to understand the unknown, which is their life. Trust that what is coming your way is great. great stuff is coming. Do something new, something different. When you're busy, things happen, right? Stay busy. Do you. Keep doing you to this level that is like, I'm a super person. I'm doing me. I'm living my life. You can see things a lot more clearly when you're busy because you have to focus to be able to get everything done. That's my understanding because I am getting ready to go back to work. And I don't know if I've said that on the channel yet, but this Thursday I fly up to Virginia, and I'll in process at my new company and start work. And it's a full-time job doing back what I used to do. I work for the Department of Defense as a contractor. I'm a retired civil servant from the Air Force, and pretty much my whole life I've been somehow involved with the military and the Defense Department. My father was military, and then I went to college, and after college I went in the Air Force, and I was in the Air Force almost 10 years, and then I became a civilian for the next 20 years. So and then I retired for 8 months. After I retired from civil service, I was just retired for 8 months, and then I went back to work as a contractor. And 8 months ago, I retired from being a contractor, and now I'm going back to work as a contractor again. So this 8, I don't think that the irony is not lost on me. The 8-8 portal is just closed. But I am excited to go back to work because I'm in a different place. And I know now that Spirit had me take that time off because I had so much healing to do. And it was time to really, really get in deep. And so that's what I did. I was very fortunate that I was given the opportunity to do that. And I know everybody can't. I think sometimes I'm coming to the conclusion that sometimes things happen to me so that I can share my experiences with you, and it can help you to understand even when you can't go through it. Liz from Guided by Angels once said to me that sometimes our journeys are harder because we're meant to make other people's journeys easier. And I said, okay, well, I accept that then, because I accept this mission. So I hope that this helps you with where you are on your journey today and in your own personal leveling up. I'm sending you so much love and light. Bye for now.